And we'll kind of go back to a new segment I have on my channel, Mel, called Karen's Gone Wild.
Oh.
Now let me show you a Karen. And I wonder if you know who this Karen is.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Who's this Karen? Oh, so name this Karen, Mel.
Is this Bari Weiss?
It's Bari Weiss. And for those of you that don't know Bari Weiss, she's the CEO of CBS. She's gay. And I add that to the story because it adds to the hypocrisy of the story.
Yep, the layers.
And CBS is now ran by the people that own Oracle, Larry and David Ellison, who are starch MAGA Republicans at that. Rich MAGA Republicans, top 1% rich. Yeah. They lied and they covered things up and they threw a tantrum, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And the biggest lie that they did was trying to cover up what was going in Minnesota when Mrs. Good died. And here is a seasoned, and when I say seasoned, I mean Larry seasoned on the stake, both sides. Yeah. Journalist Scott Pelley, who quit because they kept trying to get him to orchestrate lies. Mel, take a look at this. This is a real hero, ladies and gentlemen. This is a real journalist, a real hero who stood up to the machine and is now talking and is not afraid to speak. Listen to this.
Bari Weiss sends an email to my boss, Tanya Simon. Two of the things in the email include, can we make the protesters look more violent? Now, I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the quote, but that's what was communicated to me. And the other thing was Renee Good's car. You need to describe her as driving toward the officer. This is not what you see on the video.
Mel, floor is yours. We all saw the video, but this is what I continue to say is the problem. It's the people that support this type of behavior blindly because they saw the same video we saw. Okay. They saw it, but somehow or another in their mind, they're able to do monkey double backflips and they're able to do the best paraplegic Olympics in their mind to get it to fit a narrative that they didn't see what they saw. Yeah. The floor is yours. He came out and told you how they tried to spin the media, which is what Trump said everybody else is doing. So floor is yours, Mel.
Yeah, I think that's a really, first of all, I can only imagine the pain that not only the Goods family, but anybody who's been caught up in this time and has been maligned and belittled in their humanity. That's already demonstrative of a emotional and possibly cognitive unwellness. Like, do you understand how the world works and how we should be treating one another? That's kind of basics.
Right. Basics.
But what I think people really need to know is, like, in order to reach people who are still doing like the just mental gymnastics and are like, no, like Daddy Trump told us, like, that's an emotional response. Some of this is that this is so difficult for people to admit either being wrong or to have, because if you admit wrong to this, you have to question the domino effect of logic has to follow through. And so a lot of what we're seeing aren't just dumb people, right? Well, the way we can flippantly say, oh, these dumb fuckers, which is a way to be angry. And sometimes you need to offload that. But the truth is, these are people who are not emotionally resilient. They're not strong. So it's going to be easier to collapse under the weight of that fragility and choose to believe something that you know in your being does not sit right.
Mm-hmm. That's well said. Don't y'all like how male sweetness balances out my sour? Don't y'all like that? You know, it's like a strong cocktail. Like a strong cocktail or some shit, ladies and gentlemen. You want to come get drunk and you need it sweet and sour, you can get it right here with us because she balances out. She said all that nice stuff about them. And at the end of the day, she's right about how you get them to start coming on board But also at the end of the day, their behavior and their choices and who they pick is still hurting everybody.
It's harmed so many people. It's not an exoneration of behavior or decision making. It really isn't.
Right. It isn't. And it's pathetic. Now, how does that land home with us, ladies and gentlemen? It hurts minorities. It hurts women. It hurts us. It makes Bari look crazy. It makes the bargain that there's supposed to be ethics and truth in media collapse. Yeah. Everything Black people have said is a thing for us, and white people would always tell us we don't know what we're talking about. We would call it, Black people, we call it dog whistle speak, and they would tell us we're crazy. You're hearing it right here on Front Street. This Scott Pelley just told you what they're back there negotiating. They're fudging things to make it look better for the president than what it really is. And shouts out to that family. You know, shouts out to all the families that suffered in Minnesota, by the way, because we feel you and we're doing our part to, if we don't do anything, raise our voice to let people know we're not going to go down fight. We're not going to go down in the night without a fight.
No.
We're not going to let fascism continue to try to take over, because what Bari Weiss was doing, what Scott Pelley just highlighted, is fascism. You sequester the media. You make the media do what you wanted to do, and then we become Russia.
Yeah.
And how is that working out in Russia? Y'all let us know.
I'm getting a lot of North Korean dear leader vibes when people talk about Trump, that kind of cult figure. And what people need to know, especially when it's like, how does this affect communities? When you lack empathy, or you keep your empathy at bay because you're so uncomfortable with it, that you can other someone is in an obvious way, as in Renee Good, you can harm anyone, including yourself. Which is why you see that paradox of, don't they see who they're voting for? They can't. They can't handle it. So that's something that's a real psychological effect. Sad.
Right. And Mel, that's a great point. I was going to move on, but you just made a great way for me to kind of trampoline myself back into the fight. What Mel is highlighting is let's just think of anything that you feel strongly about in your day-to-day life. Let's just say you get into a fight with your wife. You know, let's just say we do the most common thing that a lot of men and women fight over. Which way to put the toilet paper, or leaving the seat up or putting it down. You feel strongly your whole damn life, men, that you should leave that seat up because you've been peeing standing upright your whole damn life. Now you're with this woman, and you don't know why she can't walk in the bathroom face forward. For some reason, she goes in there backwards, sits her ass down, plops into the water because you don't put the toilet seat down. What are you going to do? Are you going to continue to fight this woman and fight what you've been doing for like however old your ass is, 50, 60 years old? Or are you going to bite the bullet and say, you know what, for the good of this household, how much energy does it take for me to just flip it up, put it back down? And this is on the most simple level,
right,
of someone who will resist doing this. Yes. Imagine when this thing gets to the level of religion, politics, and your way of life. And you start feeling that gut, that feeling in your gut Mel was talking about, that the shit you've been told is wrong. Your whole outlook of the world has to change. And not a lot of people are ready for that to happen.
Their identity has to change.
Has to change, yeah. So, folks, let us know what you think. What is it that you need to change in your own life, ladies and gentlemen? What is the thing that you're fighting that you know is hurting you that you need to change? For me, I've already told someone what it is I need to do better. And I think they're working with me, and we're going to see how it goes. So, you know, I'm an open guy. You know, I speak freely and I'm open. So we'll see how it goes.